It's F11 and it's Thursday night, round 4 here at Austria. It's going to be a good one. Season 28, 4 rounds already into the 10. It's going really well. 4 and 3 straight wins already for Felix. But tonight, I am not solo yet again. I am joined by the one, the only, Carol Malecki, or also known as Catname Minty. How are you, man?
I am very good, and first commentary here on PSGL, I'm very excited for this one. And it's around a very historic circuit, an amazing circuit to race around, the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, and yeah, I really can't wait for it. It will provide, as I said, great racing. And there is raining
Ooh,
qualifying.
that is
That's going to
a
be
curveball.
interesting.
Yeah, that is a huge curveball. I tell you, if there's any drivers, actually, I think I've got one of the drivers here. I can see the weather conditions. So it is a wet qualifying and a completely dry race. So that
Ooh,
is
that's going to be very interesting. I doubt many drivers will be going for a wet setup, but that could mix up the grid with um, yeah, people not running a good setup for these conditions.
certainly, and it can certainly separate the men from the boys, or the girls from the women. I don't know what to say, but like, you know what I mean. Like, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I think
show
we
the
all
strong.
understand.
It's gonna show the strong people from the kind of weaker people. You don't know. Felix may really struggle in these conditions. This might actually break up his streak.
It could, but as you said, it is a dry race, so he could gain it all back in the race. And I'm not too sure if we have seen rain this season so far.
No, it has been dry.
So at least I don't know the pace of these drivers in the wet, but know one or two. I know James Dovey and I know Aero Specialist who isn't here tonight. No, he is, sorry. Just looking at the wrong colour. And if I remember correctly, James Dovey, he is pretty quick in the wet conditions and he could be up there, definitely in the top 10.
Certainly. But would you like to run us through some track facts? I know you have some.
Yes, as I am the fact man, as you called it before the stream.
Yep.
We are here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Spa, Belgium. The length of the circuit is 7.004 kilometers or 4.352 miles. The race distance, of course, 50% here in PSGL, 154 kilometers or 95 miles for all you British folks. Then 19 corners around this track, 10 to the right, 9 to the left, 22 laps. And then the tyres are the C3, C2 and the C1s. The mediums lose 0.6 seconds a lap and the hards 1.2 seconds a lap. And then the lifespan of these tyres are 9 laps for the softs, 14 laps for the mediums and 19 laps for the hards. And the pit loss time is only 18.5 seconds.
It's certainly a very small. It's a long, but it's also short pit lane, so you don't lose much time. Oh, Staber drifting up Eau Rouge there, looking a bit unsettled. But do you want to? Let's go on board with Staber now as he heads towards the end of Sector 1. What is the Renault looking like? 32.5, braking very early, getting right up on the curb, trying to keep the car from getting some wheel spin on them wet tyres. Some drivers choosing the inters, drifting there. Absolutely having a little bit of fun going through turn 7. Now down towards turn 8 before we head to turn 9, no name. Very stable going through there. Might see a tail slide on the outside, on the exit though. No tail slide. That's interesting. But now running out of no name now. Very good so far. And that is a yellow flag as we have got cars slowing down in the final sector towards turn 18 and 19. But yeah, coming through Poo on now turn 10 and 11. Drifting it through a little bit there. Trying to keep hold of the car in these wet conditions, braking where the curb starts, trying to hug that apex. Not getting on the curb is ideal, drifting it now as you head through turn 13. Very slidey to say the least. They're missing the apex totally going into 14. What they're going to do, sector 2, 26.4. But now coming around turn 15 as we head down the back straight before we get to the slide, turn 16, then Blanchimont of turn 17. Jimmy Allen has now joined the session. the second Racing Point driver. Oh, almost flat. Oh, having to lift and go off track there. But still no validation. Okay, game. Braking, not locking up, obviously, might be using ABS, but really finding it hard to get that car turned in now. As we come on the exit of turn 19, straight to the short run to line. That is a 58.3 from Staber.
Yeah, you can see how difficult the conditions are. A lot of these drivers are just Tokyo drifting their way through the track, and it's going to be a very big challenge to play on pole tonight.
Certainly, as what can Warren do? 59.2, but of course on the intermediate tyres. Maybe it isn't time for them. But Cito, no, that is Felix. Felix goes peace. Oh, taking it straight off the stable. Like, thank you. I'm going to take that by 9/10. Then Riker beating his teammate by another 8/10. Then Tunetank slotting it to P4. Now we're going to see the times flooding in. Then Ace Phelps going with a 58.0. Then we've got Stiggy taking it off of Felix by 300ths of a second. Oh, that is very close.
Yeah, it really is, and there's no big difference between the full wet tyres and the intermediate tyres. As you can see here, 1/10 separating Raika. On the wet, as Jay Tyler, he sets the fastest lap time, 1 minute 56.9, 5/10 faster than Stiggy, his teammate, who is on the inters. So it definitely looks like the wets are the faster tyre currently, but I mean, it's up to the driver to decide which tyre they'll go out on.
Certainly. Oh, James Dobie has retired. We'll see this on. Oh, he spun it! Going to the line. So Davey slots into P13. Maybe the driver's gambling for the intermediates was not a good idea. Maybe the wets are the faster tyre. Maybe they made a mistake. But although I do know Jay Tyler has got some pace, but we'll have to wait and see what the drivers choose in the race as well. Because of course, doing the wet tyres right now, they're going to have a free choice at the start of the race. So we could see the whole grid be on medium tyres. But if you go on softs, all I'm going to say is you might be silly.
Unless you're, I'd say if you're starting at the back of the grid, you might gamble on the soft tyres, try to get through the field as fast as possible. As I mean, it's pretty easy to get overtakes done around here, so the extra grip will help even more.
Certainly,
so
I get what
you could
mean.
risk it for a biscuit.
Yeah, I certainly get what you mean. It's one of these things that, though I was going on, you're a bit stupid for doing it. You are right. You may want to get through the field. As Staber puts it on pole with a 56.4 provisionally, but yeah, maybe it's that call to go on the soft and basically get through the field quickly and then get gone. But then the fact of starting on the mediums, only 6/10 between them. When it comes to the softs dying off, not much longer. Did the pros outweigh the cons?
And it does look like it. I'm just thinking about earlier on. It's easier to warm up the soft tyres. It's they have more grip through the corners, and if you're bunched up with a lot of these drivers, then it will be easier to get through the corners. I mean, if I was in the top 10, I'd say, I'd definitely not take the softs, but if I was starting maybe 15th, 16th, I would take the risk.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. But yeah, see what some of these other drivers can do now. As Cito is coming through turn 8, locking up very hard going into that corner there. That doesn't look too good.
Now Dente, he sets the fastest lap of the session so far, 1.1 seconds faster than Black Phoenix. So
Ooh.
it does look like the wet conditions are drying up a little and the inters are becoming more viable.
Certainly, I will say that it's a very good lap by Black Phoenix. He's a very good guy. I will say, I don't want to cause any controversy, but he is the cleanest driver, I would say, definitely in Austria, because he was also, like, he was thinking about things. I saw quite a few drivers, like, they would send it or, like, there'd be a bit of contact. He's very clean. He'll back off if he has to. So, got to give out a special mention to him for being clean driving. But Felix, yeah, there we go. There's our 3-time race winner. 54.2 straight away. Monstering ahead.
He really is dominating the season so far. 3 races complete, 3 races won, and it could be another one under his belt. And he is 22 points ahead of his closest rival, of Jay Tyler. So he's in a very good position going into the second half of the season.
Certainly. Of course, as soon as we get into round 5, we will be. So it's not far away if you think about it. And now Voint's on the lap. I can't go on board. He's got the rev glitch, annoyingly. But he goes up to P2, the 54.7. So yeah, the times are starting to stumble. Dende is on a lap as well. Coming through Blanchemont now. Oh, going half throttle through Blanchemont. Not risking it. Very smart move, I will say. But what can they do now? As they're going into turn 18-19 and pit sim. Davey P4 on the intermediate tyres. Done 3 laps on them now. That's one thing in the wet conditions. You do find drivers, they go for more than 1 lap. As that is Aero Specialist going with a 54.4. Very good lap so far. Jimmy Allen goes up into P7. Warren Haig, 59.2, starting a lap now on these 0 lap old tyres. So they're still very fresh. So surely you'd think they have the most grip, wouldn't you?
Well, what I find with the Inters and the full wet tyres, that after, I want to say 2-3 laps, I'd say that's when they're at their optimum. I mean, I haven't league raced in quite a while, but from what I remember, I used to set the fastest time when the tyres were fully up to temperature, because it does take quite a while in these wet conditions.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like I say, you have to put a couple of laps of heat into like a heat cycle sort of thing for them to be at their prime. And that's something I will say is, for me, it's rather odd, but some drivers may agree with me with this fact. I find that the hard tyres aren't good until they get to 40% wear. Felix now with a 53.3 and Cito going with a 53.9. The Red Bulls out there seem to be doing long runs.
Yeah, it does look like it, and they'd probably be hearing me on the commentary box talking about how these tyres are at their optimum later on into their tyre life, and they are proving my point right now.
Yeah. Maybe this is something we could see in real life in Imola, hopefully. If it's wet conditions, Red Bull 1-2, Sergio and Max, I think a lot of people would love to see that, but then there's also a lot of people who wouldn't. Because there's a lot of Lewis fans out there.
I also wouldn't mind seeing Mercedes down in 10th and 11th, that'd be lovely.
You know, that's something I kind of like from last season at Turkey. The wet conditions are so unpredictable. Mercedes being down like in P6 and all this lot. I was like, oh my. But then I realised Racing Point were on pole, so I was like, oh, it's still Mercedes on pole.
Yeah, Siggy, he goes second, so he brings back the Mercedes, I wouldn't say dominance, but he's very close to Felix, less than 1/10 of a second. And Jay Tyler, I think he's also on a lap. Yes, he is. Exits the bus up chicane, and
P1.
he sets the fastest lap time by 0.4 of a second, and he is on provisional pole position with 5 minutes remaining.
Oof, that is a very good lap. Harley's going through Eau Rouge into Radion now, but let's try and find some drivers that are later on in the lap. Jamie, who is out of ERS now, coming into turn 18 and 19, not pitting in, so this will be a valid lap. Coming across the line in 1 second, I got the wrong line, DRS line, going up to P4 with a 53.8. That is better for the Haas driver. Haas currently sat in P6 and P4. That's something they would dream of in real life.
Yeah, reminds me of back in 16, back when Romain Grosjean, he got P6 on the team's debut, and yet again in Australia 2018 when they had that double pit stop failure around Australia.
In Austria they had a very good race, and Kevin Magnussen and Roman were both saying that it was payback for Australia. But now coming up down Eau Rouge into Radion, pushing a very line. And that's invalid for Black Phoenix. That is a very bad for him. Dende is not far ahead, but let's try and find somebody who is later on in the lap. That would be Harley, could be quite far in the lap. Yeah, coming through Blanchemont in a minute. Not far away from it now. Here we go, coming through Blanchemont. half throttle in some cases there. Can Harley do well? Of course, he was promoted from F12 to F11 just before Austria, so second round here in F11. What can Harley do now? As he about to come across the line, goes up to P6 from last place. That's looking very good.
Yeah, as you were commenting over Harley, I saw Jimmy Allen. He went up all the way to second position. So great job so far from the Racing Point driver, and it is looking good for that first Racing Point, but not good for the second one. He is on his outlap. Storm down in 18th place, last apart from the DNFs, so he'll have to pick up the pace if he wants to match his teammate.
Certainly. But now Dende is on a lap coming through Blanchimont. How much throttle do they use? They keep it planted through Blanchimont, so maybe it's getting quicker. Drivers can take it now full throttle, no lifting. The number 2 Ferrari looking very good. Some say that might be Ruben Barrichello's car, but anyway, P5 looking very good for Dende. I know I said Ruben Barrichello. Oh, Staber goes P2. I was going to say, Staber doesn't want to get on pole because otherwise you don't want to get the curse again.
Yeah, I heard about the curse just before commentary from the main commentator, Bryn, and I definitely wouldn't want to be on pole with how it has been for the pole sitter so far this season.
Yeah, most pole sitters have not had the best of races, to say the least. But I'm going to go on board with Felix, who is challenging for pole position. Of course, ERS in hot lap mode now as we come across the line right now. Bit of wheel spin as we head down towards turn 1. Braking very late. Getting the apex very well there. Going to let the car run out onto the curb to get optimum traction now. Go up to 4th, 5th, 6th as we head down towards Eau Rouge into Rally on turn 2, turn 3 and then turn 4. This is a sad place where Antoine Hubert had his crash. Rest in peace. But now we head down the Kemmel Straight to almost end sector 1. What will it be? How far will Felix be up? Felix is 2/10 up so far, choosing to avoid that curb, but then hug the inside curb towards turn 6, then coming through turn 7, drifting it slightly. That was a purple sector 1 from the Red Bull drivers. We now head down towards turn 8. Will they lock up? No. But now come round, getting on the traction as early as possible, then coming into No Name, flinging it in, let the car run out wide, going up the gears now as we head down the hill towards Pouon. What can they do? Holding 7th, trying to, and then going down to 6th, and that is an invalid. That was not an invalidation. Okay, I spoke too early. It's just a natural thing with Pouon. You run slightly onto curb, you're screwed. Josh Sidney with a 52.3, currently starting pole position, retired now. Could that be beaten by Felix? Who knows? Sealy Storm retiring on track. That is not very good, mate. You can get yourself penalised for that. How much? 7/10 up for Felix. That was not purple. Can Felix still improve as he heads down the straight now? Well, not so straight. But I'll let you do a little bit here.
Now coming up to bus stop chicane in 8th gear, 322 kilometers per hour. Heavy braking zone down into 2nd gear. You'll probably upshift to 3rd to get that a little bit of traction in the wet conditions. Up to the line, 4th gear, 5th gear. Why is it going to be? It's only 2nd position from the Red Bull driver. 1 minute 52.4, 110 behind Josh Sidney. I think there's more drivers across the finish line.
Jay Tyler has invalidated.
Is Red Bull still going for a lap? Yes, it is. Cito. Let's see, what will he do? It's only P10, so not the best from the other Red Bull driver. And I think a lot of these drivers are still on their laps.
Yes,
but
Dende
there's
will be the
still
next
a long
one.
way to go.
Yep, Dende will be the next one. Josh Sidney's already had the pole man's curse this season. He doesn't want another one. Hopefully somebody can beat him. Otherwise, sadly, Josh might get that curse yet again.
He could. Dende went 8/10 faster in sector 2. So it's looking very good for the Ferrari driver with the number 2. And now going into bus stop chicane, locks up a little, 2nd gear. He'll go up to 3rd pretty soon, I imagine. creating as little wheel spin as possible. What will it be? It's only
P3.
third position for him.
Still good though. As now we're going to go with Stiggy. What can Stiggy do? He's come through the bus stop chicane now. Not going to shift up to third. Got a bit of traction control there. As he now comes across the line. That is P9 still.
Yeah, Aero Specialist, he goes up into 7th position. Jay
Yes.
Tyler, he invalidated his lap time.
So no improvement there. But now...
Bonus, he is on a lap. He's in
Yeah.
6th, and will he go up? Yes, he does, up
P3.
into 3rd position. So 2nd row off the grid for the McLaren driver. And is there anyone else on the lap?
Goes over to
Phelps.
P12 now. That was a very good qualifying.
As Felix, I don't know if that was a timing glitch. But on my
As-
screen, he's first.
Yep, timing glitch. But anyway, let's run through the grid. Felix in P1, P2 is Josh Sidney, P3 Voyance, P4 F1 Ardende, P5 Jay Tyler, P6 Staber, P7 Aero Specialist, P8 CPI Black Phoenix, P9 Jimmy Allen, P10 Stiggy, and I'll let you do outside the top 10.
Davey in 11th, 1 minute 43.3. Then behind him is Ace Phelps, Roika, Cito, Jamie Warren, Haig, Harley. In 18th it's Storm, in 19th it's Jonathan, and James Dovey with no lap time set in the Williams. He rounds off the grid.
Certainly, it's been a very good qualifying session. As Harry Warren does ask, how is the championship? So let me run you down the championship. Let me just find it. Here we go. So currently is Felix with 3 straight wins. Is 22 points ahead of his rival Jay Tyler, who has had 2 podiums and 1 low-scoring round. Then Jimmy Allen in P3, Voyance P4, James Dobie in P5, Stiggy P6, Lewis P7, P8 goes to Davey, P9 is Staber, P10 is Aero Specialist. Then outside the top 10 we have Josh Sidney, Sealy Storm, Warren Haig, Dende, Ace Phelps, Jonathan, Black Phoenix, Dylan, who is left, Riker, Reds, Jamie, Dino, who is left, Cito, and Harley. Oh no, Dino has not left. The standing has been put wrong. He is being demoted, sorry.
And I'll go through the constructors' standings as we wait for the drivers to start their formation lap. Red Bull are in first, 60 points. Behind them is Mercedes with a gap of 22 points. Then Williams in third, 28 points. McLaren in fourth, 26. Matched on point is Racing Point. Then Renault with a big gap from 26 to 9 points. Then Haas is on 5 points. Haas on 5, Ferrari on 3, AlphaTauri on 2, and Alfa Romeo on only 1 point so far.
Oh, that is interesting. Josh Sidney has been dropped down to P2.
I don't know. It was a weird timing glitch because when it said Felix, I think it said that he was already.
And
he
Jimmy
finished his
Allen
lap.
has been dropped down to P20 in Perez's car.
I imagine Jimmy Allen, he might have had a penalty, but I'm not sure what happened there with
No,
Felix.
that must be just the timing glitch that they said they had fixed when they haven't. But let's get up the tyres and the telemetry now. So, Felix, Josh, Voyance, Jay Tyler, Staber, Stiggy, Davey, Ace Phelps, Cito, Storm, James, and Jimmy all on the mediums. Then we've got Jonathan, Harley, Warren, Jamie, Riker, Dende, Aero Specialist, and Black Phoenix on the softs. That is a gamble.
Yeah, especially then, I wouldn't have expected him to go on the soft spot. He might be looking for a very strong lap 1, trying to get ahead of most drivers. And and just check back on the stream. Felix, he got lucky. He crossed the finish line just before the end of qualifying, so he went for another lap, and he did improve by 4/10. So he got up into first ahead of Josh Sidney.
Yeah, which is I'm so confused, like, right now.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought it was all done for Felix, but I mean, it might not be the best result from Felix. Yes, he's pole position, but as we mentioned before, the pole position curse is pretty real here, and it might not be the best.
Certainly, but now we're about to. Okay, it has put me on board with. Yeah, just do what you want, F1 game, just casually. Hopefully you don't. Oh, Cito and Jamie, come on. Oh dear, they've had a bit of a coming together. Oh no. But now the cars are now being put up into their grid slots. Felix on pole position in that majestic Red Bull, the Red Bull Racing Honda car, or as it was in 2020, the Aston Martin Red Bull Racing Honda. Long names, gotta love them. Now, here comes Jonathan being put into his grid slot. But now, let's go on board with Felix. We're not on board, but come on, can we get the better camera view, the broadcast camera view? Come on. Come on. Can we please see the lights? Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights now. Oh, it's a long hold and it's lights out and away we go. There's some wheel spin there you can see for most drivers, but now a good start for Felix going towards turn 1. Holding position, but it's getting a bit mental in the back. Going too wide between Dende and Josh into turn 1, but then Voyant's also taking advantage of this, and there's been a big crash in the back between a few drivers. That seems to be Warren Haig. Oh, and there's a big crash back there in Sector 1. Harley, Jonathan and Warren Haig seem to be involved with it. Mainly Harley and Warren, as Warren is doing a little donut. But now, as we go back on board with Felix to see what's going on, and that is a safety car straight away. Oh. So, we haven't made it to Sector 1, Carol.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very quick call from the race director to bring out the safety car, and there is a lot of debris out on track, especially from Warren Haig's front wing. So yeah, I think that kind of ruins the strategy for some people, especially the soft runners up in the front.
Certainly. I've got a feeling that the soft runners may pit in and go onto mediums to end. It'll be hard, but I think, or hard to end at least, because they could use this as a huge advantage.
Yeah, it's now looking Dente. He went up 2 positions on the soft tyres, so it did work out for him. We saw how much Sydney and Vonis had, how much wheel spin they had at the start, and it was a lot, to say the least.
It certainly was. But yeah, you're right, Dende 2 positions up, Stable 1 position up, Black Phoenix up a position, Davey up 2, Riker up 1, Jamie up 1, Sealy Storm up 3, same with James up 3, Jonathan up 1, Jimmy Allen's up 1. Wait, Jimmy Allen's dropped down. Harley's overtaken Jimmy. What? Is Jimmy on the spin? Is Jimmy on the spin? He's missing part of his front wing.
Yeah, he is, so I presume he'll be pitting in.
Is he had a bit of a spin all of Oh no, it's timing glitch. Oh my god, this game is annoying because the timing glitches. So now we've got 5 drivers into the pit. No, 4 drivers, sorry. No, 5, yeah, sorry. My maths doesn't work today.
And it's going to be a double stack for AlphaTauri.
Oh no, that is not good. They're going to lose a lot of time.
And yeah, Ace Phelps, he is onto the hard compound tyres. And I think everyone is apart from Harley.
So let's have a look at the tyres. So yeah, you're right, going on to hards. But Harley going on to mediums. Although I said mediums could go to end, I realised that... Yeah, you can't.
I mean, he could be praying for another safety car, because under the safety car, your tyres do worn out less, as they're not going full speed. So he might try to stretch it out.
Certainly. I've just been seeing something going on about some PSGL action on PC. Alvaro Caraton tried going backwards to the pit lane, thinking it was a practice session. Then realises that he couldn't and turns straight back round.
That's definitely eventful.
Yeah, he
They're
put it on
in,
provisional pole, and then he straight away went to go backwards to the pit lane, and then had to turn around.
at least he didn't get disqualified.
Yeah, I think he must have got the warning about being disqualified, so immediately he had to turn around. But the grid is back together now, so safety car could be in at the end of this lap. Oh no, it's got to complete one full lap, sorry. But not going to be long until we get back to some racing action. We're going to have 3 laps under the safety car, so only technically 19 racing laps for the drivers. I think some drivers, the less the better, because less time to get the positions done is going to be bad for them, but then there's less time for people to come back at them.
Yeah, and with the safety car being out for another lap, do you have any predictions for the race?
As Felix then dupes going into pit lane, but I don't know. Like, I kind of hope that Felix does well, but then I'm like, I don't want to jinx anything, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to give out the commentator's curse, but I've got a feeling. Oh no, Jamie's in pit lane now. I've got a feeling there's some drivers out there that could do well, like James Dovey. He could have a good race coming back. Same with Jimmy Allen, but we'll have to purely wait and see now.
And Jamie, he is into the pits. He goes on a medium con of tyres, and that's what I was expecting all the soft runners to be doing. And Warren Hake, he is yet again into the pits. He might have realised that it would be quite a stretch going on to the hards, as they can only last 19 laps.
Certainly. Though the hards could be a good shout, because go to the end on them. Because there is only going to be 19-18 laps of full racing. And plus, if there's any more...
very true.
But if there's any more safety cars, they could be caught out by that.
Yeah, but I imagine that at the end of the Grand Prix that the hard runners will definitely be caught out due to their tyre wear.
Certainly. I don't know what it... IGK Tech, aka... Tech 31 Racing, it just said he has one F12. By the way, it's BRYN. Tech is not BYRN. But well done, Ross. Well done, lad. But anyway, we will continue on. Look at this grid now reforming. Warren is on the back of the grid. Everyone's ready to get racing. You can see the eyes of Warren's driver there, looking poised and focused. Which I'm surprised I've never seen that before. You can see the driver's eyes.
Have you not seen that before?
No, I only noticed it originally when I looked back at the highlights, but I didn't realise you can actually see it in the real race. But
yeah, the highlights do creep me out.
oh yeah.
As yeah, the safety car is in this lap, so we'll be back to green flag running when the safety car comes in and Felix decides to accelerate the pack.
Certainly, Felix. The Red Bull's now become the safety car. Is he going to do a Max Verstappen and leave it to last minute, or is he going to go quite early? Interesting.
Yeah, going early is usually what the drivers will do, but recently there's been a change. I mean, I haven't seen people go that late like Max Verstappen did until 2020 when Bottas did it in Mugello.
Yes. As now Felix has restarted the race. Caught Dende off a bit there. Dende's gone in a bit deep, even. Now there's a bit of commotion going on in the background. Let's have a look. What's going on back here? As Sito's getting past Riker, going into the final corner. Riker getting a bit of oversteer, going side by side down towards turn 1 now. As that is position done for Sito, but Riker's going to send it back up the inside of Stiggy now. Not Stiggy, Sito, as that's just read the wrong thing there. I'm surprised I'm not dyslexic, but let's carry on. Paction's been very low, but now we've got Harley getting past Jonathan just before Eau Rouge into Radion. Shifting down, going up Radion there. Is now Aero Specialist getting past Davey. That was a simple move using overtake mode, but now we've got Sito protecting the position off of Riker. Softs being a bit more pacey than the mediums. You think he'd be able to get past easily, but obviously not right now. But Jay Tyler is right on the back of Staber, looking to get our position done. But Felix has gone by 1.5 seconds already.
Yeah, it was a great start from Felix, and then he just he just outbroke himself going into the boss-up chicane, and he completely ruined his start.
Certainly. All I'm going to say is, cough, cough, maybe Felix needs to be promoted. Because Lewis has been promoted up to F6, so maybe both Red Bulls need promoting in this tier. But now, it's certainly going well. J Tyler only 4 tenths behind that. Aero Specialist behind Black Phoenix. You're not. You're probably gonna be triggered me right now. Jamie's right on the back of Harley. We're gonna see a move into Blanchemont. We're seeing a Max Verstappen. Oh, forcing his way through there, but that is a move done for Jamie. But of course, the inside line will go to Harley. Harley's gonna keep it there, and Jamie's gonna go around the outside, which will then become the inside line for turn 19. Can you see any close battles on track? I don't see anything right now.
And Harley, he's going back at it into last source. Unde has driver. I think that's a move done by him. Yes, it is. And he caught Jamie sleeping. Yeah,
I just caught Davey and Stiggy fighting, but now Stiggy's coming back at Davey. Gonna come alongside him, not using ERS. Is Davey using ERS either? No. Both drivers are refusing to use the ERS that they've got available to them. Both just using a little spurt, then coming down the state, going side by side now. But Stiggy having to back out of the move and giving it back to Davey.
Stiggy will step back for this one. He might look for a move into the boss up chicane. I doubt he'll go for one through the very fast flowing Sector 2 and first part of Sector 3. And I wanted to mention, I wonder if anyone will finish like Antonio Giovinazzi did.
Oh no, you're going to give somebody commentator's curse now. But no, Felix, Dende has actually caught Felix a little bit. That must be the soft tyre pace advantage right now. But still, oh, that's Sector 3, yellow flags. Oh, there's been a huge crash.
Same lap as I called it, as there's another safety
car. Oh, there's been another safety car within 5 laps. 2 safety cars.
And I imagine most of the field will be going on the hard combo of tyres.
Yeah, Harry just said, this is not the PSGL I remember. I want more crashes, lol. Well, we've had 2 so far, so yeah. If that's not enough for you, just let me know and I'll maybe put a Discord message saying, crash out more. No, I am joking. You think I'm gonna do that?
Yeah. You are the type to do that.
Oi, thanks.
But now seeing the pit strategies, everyone's going on to the hard come of tyres, apart from one man, and that is the Renault of Raika, so he is the outlier here. And the Lithuanian driver, he is going for a bit of a gamble if he wants to take it to the end.
Certainly, but I could see it. I genuinely could see it happening.
He could, and just wanted to mention his helmet is really nice. Reminds me of Vettel with his German stripes.
Oh yes. As I just went on board thing, I'll see it, but the camera angle I've got is not good enough to see the helmet. But I'm surprised that Felix hasn't pitted in yet. But of course, then have to wait for the soft tyre area. But runners. Yeah, okay, I can see where Harry's coming from. He's just said that the medium runners should have stayed on him. And Harry said, no, this was not like the old school F5. I don't remember the old school F5. I'm in the modern F5, so yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm neither in the modern or the old F5, so I have completely no idea on any references you make.
I get where you're coming from because you've not commentated over
or racing
in PSGL before, so we're baking your PSGL virginity. You see, this is what I mean before the stream. I was saying to you, I have a chill stream. It's a joking stream. Whereas you were saying that you're very much serious. See, I've got you to laugh, so there you go. That's good enough for me.
I mean, when one man on the commentary is having the laugh, you might as well have a laugh with him.
Exactly.
Now we can
This
see the safety
safety
car is
car
not
in this
pitting
lap.
in.
But Mylander's like, no, I want some more action by myself. It's the fact of the safety car in real life is going at full pace, but the Red Bull, the F1 cars are going at like 5% pace.
You can see here Felix, he's only going in 5th gear.
Yeah.
The straight where
Warren's back into the
they'd be
pit lane.
going off safe as what. Is Warren trying to break Jenson Button's record or something? Because he is into pit so many times, and he is back on the mediums.
Probably going to go to the end of the race now on them tyres. The only problem with this bunching up the back is, I'd say the soft tyres can go for a maximum of 10 laps. So, it's going to be lap 12 before we do see any stops for the softs. To be till lap 12. So, we'll have to wait and see. Not much going on right now because we are sat behind the safety car.
As now, Vonis, he goes a lot on the inside. I nearly said on the outside, but through the lake home, he just went on the grass for some reason. Not too sure what the McLaren driver was doing.
Oh. I was on board with Felix because, of course, the race leader, but certainly interesting what you were saying. Just going to give you guys an update of the PSGL PC tier right now. It's looking very good for Jarno Wattmeier. After starting P11, he's now into P5 and is chasing down both McLarens of Josh Idowu and Barry Burmound. So, looking very good for him right now. We've got 2 laps left of this race. If he can get rid of these 2 McLarens, that is a podium from P11 for him. Danny is currently sat in P2, so Danny has DRS the scenes. Oh, is Danny going to be going for a move for P1? I'm just going to get it up and have a quick look, but we should be safety cars in this lap, right? No, so ignore that. We're going to get back onto this. We're going to go on board with Voyance. We're going to watch Felix's restart now.
Yeah, wrong race you're commentating on there, Bryn.
All I was commenting on is telling the people how PC was going. Because you got to push the PSGL brand.
I mean, I wonder what Felix will do. Will he accelerate early yet again? And I think he has. Yes, he has. Overtake mode engaged.
He's gone.
And Vonis, I don't
Sito's
think he will outbrake himself.
And Sito's gone up the inside of Davey as well. It's not even on yellow flag green flag conditions yet, technically. But anyway, Sito's going to go for a move on Davey. Davey goes a bit, loses it there, and that's Sito up a couple of positions off the start very quickly. But now Davey's going to dive it back up the inside like, thank you, I want that back. But Sito's... Oh, contact between the two there. No, Stiggy's going to get into this fight as well. Jamie's going to go side by side with Stiggy now. It slots in behind Davey as we go down towards Eau Rouge. Up Baradion. It's very close between the two. Overtake mode enabled for Sito, Davey, and Jamie now. Sorry, I only said the wrong person. But now Jamie's looking to get involved. No, he's going to stop back and watch. Davey's going to hold it along the inside. For Sito into mistake. Jamie's going to go round the outside, which is going to come to the inside now for turn 7. Ooh, very close between the two. Now coming down to turn 8. Jamie's still got the inside line, and he goes down the inside. The Red Bull locking up a bit. They're trying to hold it around the outside. It does not get the move done, and that was a beautiful move on Jamie. For Jamie. Do I say on Jamie?
Yeah, lovely overtake from the Haas driver, and I mean, he just caught Sito sleeping. He went a little bit too wide while trying to fight the Williams of Davey, and yeah, Jamie just took advantage of that.
Certainly. Now look at
Jonathan,
this.
3-second time penalty.
First driver to get a penalty. Well, Voyance is already...
Oh, that's James Dovey in the wall.
Oh no, please do not be another safety car.
It wasn't. I don't even think he picked up any damage.
No, no damage on that.
Luckily for him, but it was a very scary moment for him.
Josh Sidney's going to go for the move on Staber now. Is he going to do it into Blanchemont? No, he's thinking better of it. It's now Moreno comes across the line just to say. But now,
Dente, he's going down the inside
of Ace Phelps. You can see that. Ace Phelps losing position, but now Staber's going to go down the inside, get the cut back. That was a beautiful cut back on Ace Phelps. Staber now into the points. Ace Phelps dropping a couple of position. in one corner. That is dreadful. But now Riker going for the move on Jonathan, heading out of turn 1 now, going side by side down towards Eau Rouge. That's the move done. Very simply.
Jonathan had to concede that position. I don't think anyone will want to be going side by side through here.
Certainly. Jay Tyler's got past Voyance now. I've got to go back up for the battle for P2. Voyance has little pace on them tyres. Has he got damage on that McLaren? No, he has not. That's interesting. But now Felix is gone and said, see you later. Goodbye. I'm going to waltz away with this.
But they do still have another pit stop to make while the hard runners don't, so it will definitely mix things up. They'll be on the faster come-up tyres due to the fact that it will be newer. Could they overtake the hard runners?
So I've just seen something funny about Word Feud. But anyway, we will carry on with this. Look at this. The grid's starting to spread out.
I mean, everyone's really in that DRS train, which is quite common in league racing, and CPA Black Phoenix, he is the third driver to pick up a penalty here tonight.
Yep. 3 drivers already with penalties, and we've only had 9. We've not even had 9 laps of racing.
And it is the first time I think DRS has been actually enabled.
Yes, it is. DRS is now enabled for the first time. Drivers are actually going to be able to. No, it's like apart from Felix, who will not. Nor will Dende. Dende, Davey, and Felix are the only ones that will not know, and Jay Tyler will not know what DRS is like. Now we see Felix just cruising down the Kemmel Straight, no problem. Jay Tyler trying to catch up. Voyance using DRS on Jay Tyler, still too far back though. Davey's got no DRS. Jamie's got DRS. Staber's going for the move on Dende, going down the straight. DRS enabled for Staber, and that's an easy move going into turn 5, then turn 6.
Overtaking, DRS makes overtaking really simple these days. I mean, it's nice to see overtaking, but if it's that easy, it kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. It is because DRS overtakes aren't proper overtakes. It's not sending it down the inside. It's not. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe if it was a little bit shorter, that DRS.
Oh, there goes Jimmy. Jimmy's done
Allen.
He's done a. Oh, yeah, he's done a virtual safety car. He's done an Antonio Giovinazzi. You predicted it, and it's actually happened.
I mean, I was not about that Antonio Giovinazzi, but I'll take it. I think there was a little bit of contact between him and Jonathan, as Jonathan, he has a broken front wing, and that's the third safety car. Well, it's not the real one. It still slows down the race.
That is. Listen, now we've got 19 viewers on the stream. 3 drivers getting a drive-through penalty.
As now, I mean, they were in a very lucky position, especially Siggy. He saw that he got a drive-through penalty, and straight away he went into the pits so he can serve it.
He's going to drop down the positions now. He's going to drop down to P8 17, sorry. Warren Hay getting past as well. But it's a 1.8 second gap between Jay Tyler and Felix. 1 second between Voyance and Jay Tyler. Davies 2 seconds behind Voyance. Top 3 have gone compared to top 4. My nose is starting to. But now Jamie is right on the back of Davey. Bit too far back to make the move. Oh, that was a bit. Yeah, that was a bit of a safe one to. Too close to call.
So we can see the caps forming up with all the DRS trains and the slipstream trains. That's even a thing.
Slipstream trains. DRS trains are a thing. Slipstream, no. I don't think slipstream is that powerful on this game. To say, like, I feel.
I'd say both of them combined is very strong.
Yeah, well, slipstream from 2019 to 2020 is not the same. I think it's been dulled down.
And of course, F 2021, that will be on the 2020 engine, so much shouldn't change.
Certainly, yeah. But We've got the 2021 cars as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers fare with the cutting downforce from the rear end. Is the car's going to be less stable? Are we going to see more setups that are going to be like 3 on the front wing and having like 11 on the rear around most tracks? As now we've got Dende coming into pit lane to serve the drive-through, if I'm right. Oh no, that is Sito, sorry. Coming to serve the drive-through.
As it's getting very close here for the battle for 6th. Tifa, he's right behind Harley, and Dente, he is right behind the Renault driver, so it's all to play for here, while Josh Sidney, he is the closest driver to the man in front of him right now. But Tifa back up to the front at the Kemble Straight.
Here comes David, he's
going to
go to the outside, and he's touched the wall!
That was very risky from him, and he has to stay back for another lap behind Harley. I don't think that was the wisest idea from the Lithuanian, and yeah, it did not work out for him.
No, it really didn't. It's something that he tried but then failed because it didn't end up going well, because this is close the gap to Dende now. Dende's closer to the back of this. Even Josh Sidney's right on the back of this now.
And I made a mistake. It was Sipa, so he is a Finnish driver, not Lithuanian. Got the two Renaults mixed up.
Yeah, Riker is the Lithuanian here, Staber is the Finnish. Is this Finnish or... Oh, that is a bit of gravel action from one of the cars in front. As it's giving me an onboard camera with Josh Sidney right now. Oh, Josh Sidney get a 3-second time penalty as I say his name. Ouch.
If you can really count as the commentator's curse, but back up at the front, Vonis, he is getting right to the back of Jay Tyler as Felix gets the fastest lap time of the session, 1 minute 45.599. I think Vonis, he could have a good chance to get that same position here tonight.
He really could at this point, because he's right in the back of Jay Tyler. You're right, DRS will be enabled for him. 3 seconds between Felix and Jay Tyler. He could risk getting a penalty now, and he surely would be fine. As no, Jay Tyler is catching as he's using quite a bit of ERS. Jimmy Allen has left session. Both racing points out of this race. Very, it's not looking the best for them, to say the least. But now on lap 30.
It isn't, and down the grid, it's Raika going for a move on Black Phoenix, and it's an easy job for Raika, and yeah, Black Phoenix, he had nothing to defend with. Low ERS, no DRS.
No.
And yeah, it was just smooth sailing for Raika.
No, Raika's up in P11. He's going to be chasing down after Aero Specialist, because Aero on the hards going to be less pace than the mediums, half a second slower. Basically half. Oh, I'm saying this wrong. He's basically 6/10 quicker a lap than Aero Specialist should be.
Yes, but I imagine Raika will be feeling the effects of tire wear sooner than Aero Specialist due to the fact he is on the mediums.
Yeah, Warren Haig, 3 second time penalty now. Felix won with the fastest lap of this race. When is Felix going to get onto the soft tyres, I wonder?
Must be pretty soon. The softs can do 9 laps, so it is possible right now. As Stepa, he goes fastest, 1 minute 45.123, and he did it on the hard compound of tyres.
Ooh, Stave is going quite quick right now, as I'm just going to have to clear my throat. Oh, wait 1 second.
As now looking for 2 drivers. Sepa, he will be looking for a move on Jamie. What a lap it will be for him, fastest lap.
Here we go.
And getting ahead of Jamie. DRS wide open down the inside of Lake Home. And is that him past the Haas driver?
That
yes,
is.
it is. Jamie looked for the undercut, but it
That's
didn't work out. As Warren, that's out. He's out.
Will that be a
What
safety car?
happened?
Hopefully virtual safety
It's a
car.
VSC, so I have a feeling that the front runners were praying for a full safety car.
And that is a very odd What?
He
That's
must have
very
been
odd.
going side by side.
Yeah, maybe got the wheel glitch. But I wonder if Felix will use this to pit in, maybe. If this safety car, if this virtual safety car goes on for long enough, I wonder if Felix will be able to pit in and get onto the softs at the end of the race. Maybe.
Possibly, but the
Jamie
VSC
gets a
has
drive-through.
ended Jamie with a drive-through, and that's very unfortunate for him. So will he have to pit in? Yes, he will, and he'll have to serve a drive-through. But I imagine Felix, he'll be pitting in pretty soon.
Certainly.
And gap to leader, yes
now.
he is.
Jay Tyler's going to come in. Voyance is going to come in. Davy's going to come in. Staber is going to stay out. Jamie's going to come in.
Oh, that's Davy in the wall. Well, he hit the wall on the way to the pits. So that's unfortunate for him. But I think
Felix is being jumped by Jay Tyler.
Now, what happened with Red Bull? They usually have 1.9 second pit stops.
I bet the game's held up Felix.
That could have happened, who knows. But that is bad news for Felix. And they'll have to navigate through around 7 drivers if they want that win.
Yes. But I gather Felix want to get this move done on Jay Tyler as soon as possible, if you think about it, because Jay Tyler's just wasting all of his ERS to pull away from Felix right now.
Yeah, he is, as Josh Sidney, he went up into second position, and it's not provisional anymore, as I imagine he is going to end up the Grand Prix, and the real winner right now is Steva, who is in first.
Certainly, but we could see some of these drivers pit in if there is a safety car. Maybe Felix jump back up into P2, because of course Jay Tyler is ahead of him right now, as my voice is getting me. But like, yeah.
Yes, Black Phoenix with another time penalty. It's going to be 6 seconds on to his race time at the end of the Grand Prix. So bad news for Black Felix. He might be a very clean driver according to you, but he does have to care about the track limits, unlike Hamilton in Bahrain.
Yeah, he could run wide as much as he want and not worry about it. Oh, Lewis Hamilton has posted something about Sergio Perez. I just got a notification.
As now, Jay Tyler, he's going to go for an early move on CPI Black Phoenix. Around the outside of last hours, Black Phoenix tucks into the racing line, and that's Jay Tyler up into 7th, and that's a buffer zone between him and his main rival right now, Felix.
Yeah, but Felix is going to have DRS on Black Phoenix. He's going to be able to send it. James Tovey gets to the fastest lap of the race, 44.465, sorry. DRS is now enabled for Felix. Black Phoenix is making this hard for him, but Black Phoenix is going to look for the move of Jay Tyler. All I'm going to say for Black Phoenix right now is he's holding up Felix, and it's not doing any good for him, because, well, Felix isn't going to be happy with him, as Felix is now going to send it going into turn 8, as Black Phoenix does back off. That is very unusual for Black Phoenix, because he normally wouldn't be doing that, but Felix had to use up quite a bit of ERS, and it seems like Black Phoenix was trying to help out Felix. No, help out Jay Tyler and let him get away. But we'll have to wait and see. Just a quite interesting fact for you. Going through Puon in 2020 Grand Prix in real life, the Mercedes were going through at 88% throttle, but Ferrari were going around 60% throttle. That
is very interesting. I mean, I'm the stat guy here, and I didn't even know that, so...
I beat you to a fact. I got a better fact than you there, mate.
I'm gonna have to write that down in my notes for future Grand Prix. As Dente, I think he'll be going for a move on Josh Sidney pretty soon. He technically doesn't have to, as Josh does have a 3-second time penalty that will be added on. But Dente, I think he'd rather do it on track than do it after the race. But now going down a route and up Radion, and I think it will be a pretty easy move for the Ferrari driver with DRS wide open, I imagine, and overtake mode not enabled, but Josh Sidney is using as much of it as possible. We see his rear light flickering on and off, which means he is low on ERS.
He really is low on
And
ERS right now. Felix has got
yes,
past
he can.
Jay Tyler. Jay Tyler's round.
Oh, there might be a little bit of controversy there. I don't know what exactly happened. We've seen Black Phoenix, he jumped Jay Tyler after he got spun around, and Raika now, he has to be defending against the Red Bull driver who is hungry for his 4th victory this season, and 4th consecutive one as well.
Yes, certainly. Is he going to look for a move going down towards the chicanes now? Oh, he's pushing the Renault through effectively. He's so close to the back of him. He's having to push him through the corners, maybe even pushing him out of his comfort zone. The Renault's starting to struggle a bit, but Felix is saving some of it. No, he's going to use his ERS now. He wants to get past now. And there he goes. He's going side by side with the Renault towards Blanchimont. They're going to hold it through side by side through Blanchimont. Are they going to do a Max Verstappen? Oh, it's going side by side still towards bus stop chicane.
Very close.
Raika
Raika using a little bit of his overtake.
But Felix is going to round the outside.
Oh, Raika with a half spin, so another spinner after
Stiggy's retired.
Getting overtime both Felix and Siggy. He has
Virtual
retired.
safety car.
And that is bad news for Felix. Yes, he will save the RS, but the gap is 4 seconds to Aero Specialist, and a further 6 seconds to P1. So it's not looking likely that Felix will get a 4th win tonight.
Yes, he's going to have to find 9.9 seconds in 4 laps. That's not going to happen. But who knows? You could catch up Josh Sidney and maybe get past him on penalties. Stiggy now leaves the session after crashing out. But anyway.
Imagine Jay Tyler's race has been ruined. Now he's going to have to be defending from phone as well, trying to catch back up to the back of the Alfa Romeo driver.
Certainly, yes. I can see where you're coming from there.
Now Felix, he has gotten the gap down to 2.8 seconds as the battle for 3rd is alive. Dente, Ace, Phelps and Aero Specialist are all going to be battling it out, at least on track. Try to get that 3rd position, and yeah, they're all within 1 second of each other.
It's a bit of a little DRS train, a mini one.
It sure is, as Felix now 2.4 seconds to them. So he is catching up, and if they do decide to fight, he'll catch up even more. He's going to be ready to pounce, I'd say, within 2 laps. As Jay Tyler, he gets ahead of CPI Black Phoenix. I think his bonus, he'll try to go for a move around the outside of last source. Black Phoenix now, he's going to get demoted to P10 to the last point paying position. I don't think he'll be able to fight back.
No, them hard tyres are certainly dying off. Felix has caught Aero Specialist by quite a bit, but I wouldn't say it's good enough to catch him. Oh, although I will say Felix is now only 6.8 behind the leader. He's caught basically 3 seconds in a lap. So it might be still on.
It might be, but with 5 drivers ahead of him for that win. Well, 4 technically, if he does catch up. Josh Sidney, he might get demoted all the way down, as there is a spinner of Jonathan. And he did the same as James Dovey, who is also going for a spin. Well, a half spin. Thankfully for him, I thought I nearly gave him the commentator's curse, but he did go on the gravel.
Vince is catching up to the back of Jay Tyler pretty quick, I will say. Felix is catching up to... Oh! That was a drift on the exit there.
Yeah,
that car seems unsettled.
Snap overs here from Felix, and he got very lucky not to pin it there. And now he'll be trying to get the moves on Aero Specialist and Ace Phelps ahead of him. But I will assure you that they won't make it easy for him.
Oh, they won't. Like, oh my god, just under the brakes, you see how much more mechanical grip he's got, being able to brake later, knowing the car will stop. But DRS is now enabled for him. Will he go for the move? Oh, Felix has the fastest lap as well. Jesus. Fair play, lad. Go for it. Tapping the back of Aero Specialist. Was that a bit? That reminds me of a karting move, a little bit of a punt to pass. That's what we do in karting. So maybe he's use a bit of a technique from my book.
Yeah, but Felix, you can see he's very confident with the car, and now he's going to go for a move on Aero Specialist. Overtake mode engaged, DRS wide open.
He's going to send
down
it
the
brakes.
inside for late home. Will he go
he's
for a move? Yes,
brakes.
he does.
And he's being spun. He's been turned in on.
Ooh, I have a feeling that.
Oh, his wheel's gone! He's gone! He's gone!
Oh.
No, that was not fair. That was not fair. That's got to be a safety car. Oh no, 2 laps from the end, it won't be a safety car. It will just be yellow flag.
That will definitely have to go to the stewards afterwards. I mean, that might have been the same thing that happened to Shay Tyler while battling with Felix, but I won't know until probably the end of the Grand Prix. And if you could tell me about that, the wheel is gone. I'm not too sure what that means.
Wheel is gone.
Wheel. Oh, man. I thought you meant like the steering wheel, sorry. Because it definitely did not look like when he hit the wall initially.
Yeah, I know what
his
you
wheel
mean.
did not go off.
It didn't. Mustave is going to start
I'm
the
not
21st
sure
lap
what
in a
happened.
second. Here we go. It's the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix now. Josh Sidney going over the line. Dende only 7 tenths behind. Ace Phelps 2.5 behind that. Then you've got Aero Specialist who's on the back of Ace Phelps now. I'm sorry, but that is BS to say the least. For poor. He wasn't fully alongside. Yeah, I will say he wasn't fully alongside, although he was far enough alongside when Aero Specialist was turning in. In my opinion, that Racing Instant View, like for me, I'm gonna say
as the Aero Specialist, he goes for a move on Phelps. Sorry for calling you in there.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
and
I can say
that's
him
up
move.
into 4th position.
DRS
and
move.
Great move from him, but he will probably get caught out by
Jay
his
Tyler
penalty.
and Riker. Riker's gone up the inside of Jay Tyler, and that's the position lost for Jay Tyler now. P7. He's starting to struggle on them softs somehow, but that is a shame for Felix, I will say, after that streak to end like that. But I'm just going to go back to what Harry was saying. It was a risky move, racing instant for me. I'm going to go for 60-40 because 40% Felix won his left session, and that is also Jonathan, who has spun again. Aero Specialist is spun!
Oh, a little bit of karma there, according to some people, especially Felix. He'd definitely be saying karma if he was seeing the stream right now, because he did leave the session. He must be absolutely furious. But now Aero Specialist, he's down to 9th, and I doubt he'll lose the position to Davey. But if Davey does something magical, he could get down to 10th.
Certainly. I'm just gonna say, like, 60-40, I would say, between that incident, because it was, I will say, and you can say this with me, it was a risky move, but I think, in my opinion, he was far enough.
That's Jay Tyler. He's pushing Raika out the way completely. Raika got, he just lost traction there.
Jay Tyler's letting back past.
Yeah, fair play.
And taps him again out the way.
I'm not too sure what Jay Tyler is doing here. I don't think that second tap was on purpose.
I don't know. All I'm going to say is that when I was on commentating with another person, he said that Jay Tyler is known to be a bit on the dirty side at times, or a bit off. But I'm just going to have a look.
I mean, it is looking like as he completely blocks off Onus, so it might be correct what you're saying right now. And Jay Tyler, he's right at the back of
Dende's
Raika.
got past Josh Sidney.
Yeah, then he got past Josh Sidney, but I don't think that was very important due to that penalty.
Oh, Ace Phelps has had a little bit of an off there. Ace Phelps now only now 5.8 behind Josh Sidney. Harley's up into 12th. Top 3 doing the same strategy as you did. Okay.
5th, 6th and 7th. This is going to be a big battle, especially going into the bus of
that is James Dovey. He spun it.
Oh, just before the no name. And I mean, yeah, I've lost traction there before in the F1 game. And that must be a tough one on the last lap. But now, Fonus, will he go for a move on Jay Tyler? He's using all the overtake mode he has. He will go around the outside.
Staber's going to cross the line now.
Oh,
Stable crosses
They're
the line. They're going side by side
they're
still.
tapping wheels
Oh,
here.
oh!
Oh, what is Jay Tyler doing? He completely shoved him off there, but I don't think he'll get fifth position from Raika. No,
So now
he
across the
doesn't.
line.
Raika gets fifth, Jay Tyler gets sixth, Vonis gets seventh, eighth for Aero Specialist, ninth for CPI Black Phoenix. Will Davey get ninth from Phoenix?
No.
No, he doesn't. Just by 2 tenths. Harley, I imagine he'll be coming home in 11th with, is that broken front wing? Yes, it is, completely taken off.
He's going to lose position here. Oh, it's close. Oh, he's just going to get it. He's just going to get it. That is a lucky.
Reminds me of Perez in the Syrian Grand Prix.
As no, Jamie's cruising very slow, but let's run you through this finishing order. So, Stable won the Grand Prix with Dende in P2, as Jamie has a little bit of a drift. Dende P2, Josh Sidney rounding out the top three, the final podium sitter. Oh, he has got a puncture. Ace Holtz in P4, Riker in P5. I'll let you do the rest of the grid.
Jay Taylor in P6, Vonis and Aero Specialist, Stu McLaren 7th and 8th, CPI Black Phoenix in 9th, Davey in 10th, Harley JL with his broken front wing in 11th, Zito in 12th, and Jamie rounding off the finishers in 13th as he spins across the finish line. I couldn't quite catch the DNFs.
We can see the confirmation in a second after the podium, as Ace Phelps gets driver of the day. I'd say definitely deserved. Had a very good drive there.
He definitely did, and fair play to him. But this is the race winner here tonight, and completely deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah, very well, and in my opinion deserved because he got pole in round 1 at Bahrain short and then dropped down to P8, and this is kind of payback for what happened in Bahrain. So it's lovely to see Stable on the podium position. Cito, what did I do? Okay, I'm just looking at. Oh, people are not happy with Cito after overtaking before the safety car line. But like I say, confirmed Stable P1, Dende P2, P3 goes to Josh Sidney, P4 Ace Phelps, P5 Riker, P6 Jay Tyler, P7 Voyance, P8 Aero Specialist, P9 CPI Black Phoenix, P10 Davey W. I'll let you carry on with the DNF and the outside positions.
I completely forgot where we were because I was checking the Discord chat. Sorry about that. So if you could just tell me the position that you left off at.
P10 Davey, you got 10 seconds.
Yeah, Harley in 11th, Tito in 12th, Jamie 13th, James Dovey, Jonathan. Then the retirees were Felix, Siggy, Warren, Jimmy, Allen, and Storm.
Including Jonathan and James Dovey, who retired on the final lap.
That was very eventful. So yeah, that was very, as I said at the end, eventful.
Yeah.
Those last few laps.
Yeah.
Like, from lap 20 onwards,
it got
was
interesting.
utter chaos.
It was.
Yeah.
But thank you for commentating alongside me, Carol. You, if anything, you did most of it. Like, I've got to thank you for being able to do it. So, we'll see you next week. Hopefully, as well, Carol will be alongside me again. But anyway, see you next week, where we are heading off to, and I cannot remember, this is very bad, France, the Netherlands, there we go. At least somebody knows. But anyway, see you.